students. Now let us discuss the most important aspect as far as Murder in the Cathedral is concerned, that is Murder in the Cathedral as poetic drama. Because this is one all-inclusive topic which includes all your questions related to the play, right? Now, poetic drama, I already told you that it is any drama which is written in verse is called poetic drama, and the characters in a poetic drama, they speak in verse, as we have seen in the Murder in the Cathedral, the speeches of the knights, the speeches of the tempters, the speeches of the chorus, they are all in verse form, poem form, right? Now, this I've already told you that Eliot, he revived the poetic drama, but not on the pattern of the Elizabethan. Intentionally he did that, and he followed whom? He followed the Greek dramatist. And in this connection, especially in the case of Murder in the Cathedral, he followed Aeschylus' drama, okay? And remember, one poetic drama he's written is Murder in the Cathedral, and the second is The Cocktail Party. These two are both poetic plays, poetic dramas, and they will again, if you are asked it as a religious play, again the same categories will be adopted while answering the question. Now, you know, the subject matter of the play, the story of the play, the setting of the play, the occasion on which the play was, for which the play was set, and the structure of the play. Now, all these things are what they make this play a suitable poetic drama, or they make it a perfect poetic drama. Based on the study or based on the pattern of Greek dramatist, the subject matter obviously over here is Beckett's submission to the will of God, right? So the subject matter being theme of willingness. Theme of willingness over here means willingness means to submit to the will of God. That is what it means here. Okay? Then the story, which is Beckett's martyrdom. Obviously that is one story. What happened in the play, in the story, and the historical story which Eliot picked, you know, as a relevance, or not relevance, but as a reference to the beginning of his story. He based his story on the true story, true event that has happened in the history. Okay? Now, one thing before I go further, it is said that not all themes and ideas can be expressed in prose, right? There are certain things like emotions, imagination, and spiritual beliefs. Emotions, imagination, and spiritual beliefs, they are well expressed in verse, that is in poem, through poetry. At places you will find the definition of poetic drama, that poetic drama being a play of where high seriousness is there, where an elevated theme is discussed and explained. There are certain definitions of poetic drama which you will get, right? I have made it simple. Now that elevation and high seriousness is what all this is. Spiritual beliefs, imagination, and emotion. So they are well expressed. Themes related to this are well expressed in poetry. And things that relate to common sense, things that relate to themes that relate to common sense, themes that relate to reason are well expressed in prose. This is what I wanted to tell you. So these themes over here, the theme in Murder in the Cathedral, the story, they all have this aspect to it, and they can only be explained and expressed well in a verse form, right? This is one way of justifying Murder in the Cathedral as a poetic play or a verse play. Now, story of Beckett's martyrdom and subsequent canonization belong to Middle Ages, again the influence of Greeks, and the theme had mystical and poetical appeal. That is why it has been presented in verse form. Then the theme of willingness to submit to the will of God and accept martyrdom, and when it appeals to our emotions and religious beliefs. Hence, the subject matter of Murder in the Cathedral was well suited for verse drama. Why? Because such high feelings can only be expressed in music. So this is the justification that comes in. Let us not say music, let us say verse. Then poetic drama of Greece. It had its origin obviously in religious ritual, we too know that. And the structure of the play is again modeled on the Greek tragedy, right? Modeled on the Greek tragedy. And the chorus over here forms an important part of this structure. They have a very, very significant role to play. What the chorus is doing, their role I have already discussed in the synopsis when I discussed the synopsis of the play. So now the speeches of the chorus, they are replete with images, metaphors and similes. You all know about this, metaphors, similes and images. Through what? The dialogues that they speak, speeches of the chorus are replete with images, metaphors and similes, and that makes Murder in the Cathedral a poetic play. And last thing on which you will be elaborating upon was, I have already told in the beginning when I gave you a brief introduction, that the verse which was used by Eliot in this play is the hexameter, which is of course again inspired from the medieval morality play that was Every Man. Okay, so these are the various aspects through which make this play a perfect example of poetic drama, and Eliot has very successfully revived, we can say, and he has very successfully presented this play in the form of a poetic drama. His basic purpose was this, when he was writing, because he was asked by the bishop to write it, and there was this occasion, I think I missed discussing this occasion for which it was written. Again, it is religious. Now I want to correct one point which I made while discussing his bio. I said that as far as his bio is concerned, it doesn't have much effect on his writings, but no, I told you there that as far as his religious beliefs are concerned, that came from whom? That came from his father, who had started the Unitarian Church in England, okay? And that religious aspect which he imbibed in his life from his grandfather can be seen in most of his work. Most of his works are spiritual, they are related to religion. If you have studied The Wasteland, you can very well agree with what I am trying to say. Okay, the religious aspect is there, and the spiritual, the religious aspect, the high feeling, the high seriousness is what makes Murder in the Cathedral a perfect poetic play, a perfect poetic drama. Okay, now being a wider topic, I have covered this, but then there are some wider topics which would come in examination. A role of chorus, a full-fledged question. Structure, full-fledged question. Of course, the theme would be again a full-fledged question. Then remember to work well on the role of chorus, short and long, role of tempters, role of the knights, archbishop's character, and I'm leaving the video with a question to all of you. Can we call and its Archbishop. Can we call Thomas Becket a tragic hero? Yes or no? Your logics, your points, we will discuss in the class. Okay? So that is all at my end. We'll meet you in the class now. Thank you so much.